Yo, what's up, bro? You getting in the poker game tonight? Yeah, man, come on down to the table. I'm putting down. You know, when I put down, man, everything's all beauty, man. Come on to the game tonight, man. I appreciate y'all supporting the game, but y'all know $5 is what you can go up top. That's the credit limit. Once you lose, you know, whatever you bring to the table, $5. Once you lose that, you got to go get your items and bring it back to the table. Is everybody cool with that? What you mean, bro? Give you another 10, man. You already 10 up top, man. Just go get your items. Your dorm is right there. Just go get your items and come on back to the table. So, you know, it just creates a, you know, clears the books for everybody, man. So you taking things way, way out of proportion. Ain't nobody trying to say you broke. I'm just saying, before we started the game, it was $5 up top. That's the most that you can go up top before you have to go back and get your items. I don't understand what the discrepancy is, bro. Hey, say, bro, you got that 45? Huh? You don't got it. What? I mean, when are you gonna have it? Are you not? So you just gonna play me like that? Okay. Well, once again, it's on, big boy. Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again. Real Kens TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Gambling in prison. That's one of the things that I say is a cardinal sin. There are certain things that you just don't do in prison. Gambling, messing with another individual's, I don't know, boyfriend, wife, however you want to put it. Stealing, definitely. Telling on somebody. You know, there's just certain things that are unforgivable. You just simply don't do. Now, before we get into this afternoon's video, if you will, understand that I'm the self-proclaimed Mr. 30 minutes or better. Meaning that any story, any video that I bring you is guaranteed to be 30 minutes or better. So if you're on your way to work, you're at work, you don't feel like being there, co-workers getting on your nerves, you're on your way home from work. Let's just say you want to lay down, take a nap, you're trying to go to sleep at night, depending on whatever time you view or listen to this video, or you're just in the mood for a good old-fashioned true being the key word, penitentiary / real life experience story, this is the channel for you. So if you like the 8, 9, 10 minute videos, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But at Real Kens TV, we bringing it, and we bringing it hard. 30 minutes or better. Now, with all of that being said, there is a message. I was watching a video earlier this morning, and he was talking about how dangerous it is to gamble in prison. That's something that I've often talked about. Something that I've often stressed and preached, if you will. Try to avoid gambling in prison. Now, I understand that poker is something that a lot of us like to do. Poker is something that it takes a lot of your time up. It kills a lot of your time. But there's a whole lot that comes along with it. It comes behind gambling at that poker table, because there's all type of game being ran on the poker table in prison. Particular situation that I had, and I wasn't in prison. I was in the county jail. I've told this story before, but it was many, many months ago. So a lot of you all probably haven't heard the story, because at this particular time when I told the story, I didn't have a whole lot of viewers, if you will. So if you all have heard the story, just relax, kick back, and, you know, just support the channel. I'm in the county jail, as I mentioned. When you're in the county jail, there's 8 different pods. So you have 10 to 12 people in each different pod. So there could be anywhere from, and usually they kept the pods at full capacity. At least 10 people is going to be in each pod. So you have a minimum of 80 people that's going to be in the actual dorm. So it was CC1. So I may have been in pod A. Then you got pod B, C, and D, they upstairs. Then you got E, F, G, and H downstairs. 10 to 12 people in each pod. I'm trying to paint a picture for you all. You come outside of the pod, you got the guards tower that's downstairs in the middle of the pod. You have a room off to the side that's like the washer and dryer room. Then you have another bullpen. It's a room actually, but it's a bullpen. You can go out there and play basketball, and you can just kick it all day long. Like, this county jail was different. At the particular time, this county jail, everybody could come out at once. Be out pretty much all day long. Now, they lock you back up as far as like count time and, you know, shift changes and things like that. But once you eat, clean up or whatever, you could come back out. So you outside of your pod pretty much the entire day. Inside your pod, you have a television, you have a shower, you have a bathroom, you have, you know, 3 or 4 different tables that you can sit, 4-man tables. And I want to say 2 telephones. That's pretty much what the inside of the pod looks like. And so poker is major in the county jail. Major, major. People play chess, people play other games, but poker is major. Because as I mentioned, it kills a whole lot of time. I had been there maybe 3 or 4 months at this point, so I had kind of gotten my feet wet. People knew who I was. I had been to the poker games, supporting other people's poker games, so I started putting down. When you say putting down means I started to hold my own poker games. Maybe once, twice a week, I'd have a poker game. I'm the house. I'm responsible for collecting all the items. I'm responsible for paying everybody out. No problem. I had a few games. Everything ran smooth. I have runners. Basically what a runner is, I'm holding the game down, make sure that everything's good at the table, because you have to keep score. In the county jail, you can use chips, but it's a whole lot of game being ran with the chips because you use torn up cards, playing cards. But a lot of people, man, they would go and make their own cards, and there's extra chips in the game, and the houseman would often get beat. So I prefer to keep score on paper. It's very complicated if you're not understanding of what it is. So just understand that in jail, in prison, you keep score on paper when you play poker. I'm hosting the games or whatever. I never had a problem. Everybody got paid. Everything was cool. This particular day, I'm putting down. Now, when I'm putting the game down, because people come to me and be like, hey, Kens, you putting down today? Because my games, as I mentioned, they ran smoothly. You putting down? Shoot, I can. I thought it was dude's turn. He don't want to put down today. Well, yeah, I put down. Because oftentimes as a house, you're going to win. If you know anything about poker or just gambling in general, you're going to win as the house. You have no business losing as a house man. Yeah, I put down. So I put down in a poker game. It's 7, 8 people at the table. Table is full capacity. It's fat. Bring your first. Bring your first means whatever that you're entering the game with, you have to bring that to the table. So if you want to start the game with $10, you bring $10 worth of commissary. $5 worth of commissary. $2, whatever the case may be, bring your first. After you bring your first, we do what's called tops. Tops means that you can go a certain amount above before having to go back and get your items. Because technically you're not supposed to be playing poker in jail or prison. But if you catch a guard that's cool and he don't care, which most of them don't, just don't cause a disturbance, just don't, get me in a bind as far as why is these guys over playing poker, they don't care. You leave me alone, I leave you alone. That's kind of how a lot of the cool COs were. I did $5 tops. Meaning that as I just clearly stipulated, once you lose your first that you bring to the table, you can go up top $5. You get $5 and you lose that, you got to go get it. And then whatever amount that you want to get back into the game with, you have to bring that. So the runners, I'd have like a couple runners. So if this guy goes out and he's like, man, I'll be right back, and I'm going to go get $10 more, he gives it to the runner puts it in the bag, make sure everything's secure. He tells me, yeah, this person's cool. I'll mark them down. Everything is straight. Had an individual, and I know his name, but in the first video, I don't remember exactly what I referred to him by, because everybody knows that watches this channel, I rarely use people's real names. Every once in a while, I will, but for the most part, I don't use real people's names. So the story's real, just the name may not be real. So we're going to refer to this individual as I don't know, we'll just say Lamont. Just out of the blue, we'll just say Lamont. Lamont was in the game. He loses. He goes and gets his 5, and he brings an additional 10. So when he loses his 5, that's the 5 that he was up top. That's the credit amount that he's allotted. And then he brings another $10. So he brings another $10. Essentially, his books is cleared, and he has $10 worth of chips. He loses the 10. Then he goes up top another 5. He loses that 5. He goes back, grabs another $10. Goes and grabs another $10, actually $15. He clears his tops, the credit amount, which was 5, and then another 10 for him to play with. He loses that. Now you can see the frustration starting to really set in. The look is on his, it's in his eyes, it's on his face, man. I keep going to get my money, and I'm just losing, and I'm losing. Initially in a poker game, you go and grab the things in jail that you care the least about. We did all food games. For the most part, we would do all food games. Sometimes we would accept stamps, but only so many. Because people would just load the game with stamped envelopes and, deodorants and hygienes. And now, while those things are important in jail, just in life in general, deodorant and soap, those things are important, but you're playing poker, you're really trying to get food. So certain items would be allowed, but just not. Like, you couldn't overload the game with deodorants and soaps and toothpaste and, So now he has to go back again. He's not very happy. This particular time he goes back, he clears his tops, which is $5, and he brings $20. The runner, $20. We're playing for a while. Now he's trying to bully the table. Now, on the streets, $20, $10 doesn't seem like a lot, but in jail it is. You have to understand we're in prison. You see what I'm saying? This is not your poker game that you're having at your friend's house on Friday, Saturday nights, or what have you. Like, it's prison. So if you win $50, $60, that's a heck of a night at the poker table. If you win $30 in commissary, oh man, that's a heck of a night. He loses this money. He goes up top, the 5 that he's allowed to go up top. He loses that. 8 kins. Let me get 10 up top, man. 10 more up top, man. I got you. I just don't want to keep running back and forth to my locker. The CO is already looking at me all crazy, and I don't want to keep. Now he puts me in a position because when he says this, it's like other people hear him. So by me agreeing to it, it's like the next person that goes up top, he's going to be like, hey, bro, let me get an extra 5 or 10 up top, and I'll go back and get it. As much as I wanted to say no, as much as I didn't want to do it, cool. I went ahead and did it. I went ahead and did it because I knew that he was good for the money. I knew that he had already lost a lot in the game, and I understood what he was talking about. You keep running back and forth to your locker. Again, poker, gambling is illegal in jail and in prison. They have cameras. And so even if the CO is not watching you, guess what? The cameras, the eye in the sky is watching. So I understood exactly what he was saying. I want to continue to support your game. I want to gamble, but I got you. Cool. He goes up top an additional $15. The 5 that he was allotted, and then the 10 extra that I gave him. Give me another 10, bro. He loses that. Give me another 10. I'm very, very reluctant, but I go ahead and do it. Not because I didn't think that he would pay, but because, once again, other people are at the table and they're seeing this. Do it for one, guess what? Everybody else, especially in jail, everybody else is going to expect you to do it. I give him the additional 10. He loses that. He's trying to gorilla bet. He's trying to, every play, I'm all in, man. He's going all in on every play, just trying to get back just overnight. Problem is, he ain't really have the hands. And by you trying to gorilla bet the table, you have people that really have good hands. So, man, I call. He loses that. Now he's 20 up top. Actually, he's 25 up top that he owes the table. Hey, bro, give me another. Actually, no, let's rewind that. And the reason we're going to rewind it because he went $10 up top. And then I think he went another $10 up top. And then he went $20 up top. So if I didn't say it right, I don't know. I know that he was about $45 up top that he owed the game. Hey, bro, let me get another 15. Hold on, dog. No disrespect, man. You got to go get your items, bro. What you mean I got to go get my items? I mean, I'm saying, dog, you 45 into the game, man. And I'm trying to talk to him like cordially. I'm not calling him out. Man, what you mean, man? I'm trying to talk to you like, bro, you got to go get your items. That was just the rules of the game. If we do this every time. Your game, my game, whoever's game that it is, you know what it is. Bro, I'm not getting ready to keep running. I feel like you playing me like I'm some punk or something. What do you mean I'm playing you like you a punk? Did you not get in the game? Did you not know that the rules were $5? You 45 up top, bro. You really not even supposed to be going over $5 up top. But because I know that you good for it, you see what I'm saying? Like, it was cool. But I can't just allow you to just keep going up top and you $60, $70, $80 up top, and then if something happens, I have to pay this money. Because as a house, when you housing a game in prison, you're responsible for paying everybody. You're responsible for collecting all the items. So if you have an individual that goes up top $40, $50 and he don't pay it, guess what? That comes out of my pocket. And if I don't have it, I have to go to my locker and get it, or I have to collect it to pay everybody. If I don't, then it's going to be a problem. People, they don't want to hear, well, shoot, bro, dude didn't pay. They not looking at dude. They looking at you because you're housing the game. I can't let you go up top no more, man. He has a real problem with this, man. He has a very, very, very big problem with this. Now it's entering the end of the night as far as they were locked down at about 10:55. Lockdown was at 11, but they would call, lockdown at right around 10:55, kind of like a last minute call type thing. Well, when you're playing poker, you got to make sure everybody gets paid. So we would cut the game off at about 10:40. It was quickly approaching that. He gets up. He goes to his dorm. He goes to his bay. When he goes to his bay, we're already downstairs on the, the ground floor or what have you. So he's in, I want to say, G Bay or something like that. So his bay, his area where he slept in, wasn't very far from where we were playing poker at. The end of the night, about 10:40, the game concludes. Everybody else has paid everything that they owed. I'm ready to pay people out. Problem is, this dude owes $45 and he hasn't brought it yet. I pay everybody out or whatever, because the first thing that I'm more focused on is making sure everybody else is paid. I get paid last. I had won nice money in that game, but I'm the house. So I go to his bay. What's up, bro? Shit, you got that? Nah, I ain't got it. What you mean you ain't got it? I ain't got it. I said, well, shit, when you gonna have it? I ain't gonna have it. He gets real aggressive when he says it. Looks at me, kind of starts to walk towards me. He's not like charging me anything, but he's kind of walking towards me. We're a good, 15, 20 feet apart. I ain't gonna have it. I said, that's your word? That's my word. My man. At this point, we're about to go on lockdown. I leave out of the bay because I had stepped actually inside of the bay. You're not even supposed to be inside of the bay. I stepped inside of the bay. I go back up to my bay. My bay is upstairs. I'm telling my partner, I'm like, man, dude just tried me, man. My partner, rest in peace, Shy. I've told you all about Shy in my prior videos. From Chicago, whatever, he's Vice Lord. So what did he do? What did he say? I said, bro, he got mad because I was telling him that he couldn't continue to go up top. And I allowed him to go up top. And he ended up going up top $45. He said, well, see, that's your fault, man. I got to blame you, though. I got to blame you, Lord. This is what he called me. I'm not a gangster. I've never been affiliated, but this is what he called me. I got to blame you, Lord. He was a Vice Lord. He was he was a general. 5-star general, man. Had it, tatted on his arm or whatever. I got to blame you, Lord. You shouldn't have never allowed him. You stick to your guns, man. You can't allow him to go up top $45 because the next person, the same thing that I was already saying previously, the next person feels as though they're going to be able to do it. This is not the streets, this is jail, man. I'm like, you're right, man. I knew that he had it. He gets plenty of commissary money coming in. It doesn't matter. Business is business, man. And you allowed him to go up top that much. So now here it is. He's put you in a situation where he's trying to truck you. That's what they call it in jail. When you don't want to pay something that you owe, I'm trucking you. Get it off the roof. Get it off the guard's tower. Get it off the... That's what they call it. I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, I'm really in my mind. I'm heated. I'm thinking about this. I'm like, man, you're right. But I got to get him. I got to get him. First thing in the morning. So he said, let me ask you something, man. Shy said, how much did you win? Shy, a.k.a. Sko. That's what we called him, Sko. How much did you win? I said, man, I probably won about $60. He said, so did everybody else get paid? I said, yeah, everybody else get paid. He said, did you have anything left over after that? I said, yeah, I still had, I don't know, $10 left over, whatever, outside of what dude owes. Dude owes the 45 and all of that is mine. Man, let that go, bro. You in here, you trying to go home, you trying to make bond, you don't need no write-ups, you don't need to, the judge don't need to see no write-up reports, anything like that. Nah, man, forget that. The judge ain't gonna see no write-ups. Judge don't know when we go to the hole. The judge don't know. Nah, man, dude just trucked me. Now, this particular individual that I'm talking about, he was every bit of 6'3", probably weighed about, he wasn't really that big of a dude, probably weighed about 190, bald head dude, caramel complected, had goals at the top of his mouth, or top of his teeth or whatever. And, he was early 30s at the time, maybe 30. And so, he had some people that was in the cell that rocked with him, whatever. He had some, some people from his neighborhood or whatever, but he wasn't no hellified individual. Now, he was far from a chump either, but he wasn't just an individual that you fight him, you're going to fight 6, 7 other people. And I got some people that's going to rock with me just as well, but I don't want to put them in a predicament because of my hips, my mishaps, the things that I chose to indulge in. So that's the one thing about me. If I find myself in a situation, I'm not going to run and get this person, this person, this person, because these are my hiccups. These are the things that I chose to do. I did them, so therefore I have to deal with the consequences as far as what comes behind them. All night I couldn't really sleep. I'm thinking about this. The more and more I think about it, the more upset that I become. Like, man, dude just kind of punked me out in front of everybody, man. Now, although I just kind of let it go because I knew that, see, once they call count time, there is no, hold on, officer. No, you have to be in your cell. If it's the count time's at 11 o'clock, you got to be in your cell. There is no hold on. But I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, man, dude, just chump me, man. How am I ever going to have a poker game when people just seeing this, or the word will travel quickly that dude just kind of punked Kens, man? Didn't sit well with me. Didn't sit well with me whatsoever. So I made up in my mind, next day, I'm going to get him, man. I was going down. As soon as they crack them doors in the morning, I'm putting my shoes on, because in this cell, you could, in this particular county jail, like, you could have your shoes in the county jail depending on what cell you're in. We were in the trustee pod, which means you would go to different parts of the jail, help the officer out for, I don't know, 5, 6 hours or what have you, and you could wear your own shoes. Okay, I'm going to get him. As soon as them doors pop, it's on. It's on. As soon as them doors pop. Now, me and dude never had a problem. We never had an issue. There was no hidden secret feelings or anything like that. But I, you know, how he done me that night, guess what? It was on and popping. Next morning comes, they pop the doors. When they pop the doors, dude is not in the cell. I'm looking down because I'm up top. So the way that the jail is designed, everything is glass. Y'all ever seen the show Oz? Everything is glass. So I can look down into the other units that are, you know, like across from the unit that I'm in. Now, the ones that were directly underneath us, obviously I can't see because they're directly underneath us. But like, let's just say G and H. You know, I can look down and I could see which unit he was in. But I didn't see him. I went down there. I ain't do a whole lot of hoopla. I ain't do a whole lot of, you know, wolf tickets, wolf cookies, or whatever you want to call it, man. I just went down there, man. It was about to be on. I had my bag with me just in case he had to change of heart. I could put these items in. Otherwise, man, it's going down, man. Yeah, it's going down. When I get down to his cell, as I mentioned, I don't see him. I can see inside of the cell, but I don't see him. But he could have been in the bathroom. He could have been in the laundry room. He could have been anywhere. I don't see him anywhere. Yo, where dude? Oh, man, he had to go to medical or somewhere. Actually, he ended up having court. That's what it was. See, when you have court, they come and get you at the wee hours of the morning. Maybe, I don't know, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning while everybody else is asleep. They come before breakfast and get you. So he was in court that day. I didn't know that he had court that day. Okay. Once again, I ain't do a whole lot of hoopla and where's he at? Where's he at? I'm going to get him when he comes back from court. He's in court all day long. By the time he gets back, it's probably, I don't know, it's late. He got back late. So we sitting at the poker table. We playing in the poker game. I'm put down again. The next day, I put down again. People love for me to put down in the poker games because, like I said, all my games was always straight. It was never no foolishness. And then people would see that I'm putting down, they would come to my table. See, people didn't always come to everybody's poker game, but they, for whatever reason, people like me, and they would come to my game. So I didn't put down or whatever. I see dude, he's lurking. He's walking around the table. So I'm thinking to myself, I really have to watch myself because I'm watching the table. I'm watching the game. I'm keeping score on paper. But yet I have to watch him. I don't know if he's going to try to do me something. I don't know, so I'm watching him. I tell a couple of my partners, hey, bro, watch the dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Just in case he tries to sneak me, anything like that. So as I'm hosting the game, I don't really get a chance to really address him, but I haven't forgotten. I haven't forgotten whatsoever. I'm thinking that he really wants to get in the game because he loves to play poker. But he never even attempts to get in the game. Because he knew that if he tried to get in the game and I'm putting the game down, I'm housing the game. How you going to get in the game and you owe 45 from last night? Again, I haven't forgotten. I just hadn't said anything yet. Same scenario happens. It's 10:40. Okay, guys, fellas, wrap it up. We, make sure everybody gets paid or what have you. I got my bag. I'm walking up the stairs. I got a big old bag full of commissary or whatever, because most of the time I'm going to win as a house, because I'm not chasing bets. I'm not doing no chasing. The house should never really lose. Go back into the cell. Talking to my dog, Skull, whatsoever, about the situation, whatever. Man, let that go. I told you, let it go. Nah, bro, I'm not letting that go. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him, man. Bro, I'm telling you, man, let that go. All right, man. Whatever. Next day, I get up. Now I'm not gung-ho about going down there. I'm still going to get him, but I done kind of cooled off a little bit. I don't want plenty of money. I'm like, you know what, man? If he say anything to me, if he look at me crazy, it's on. It's going to be what it's going to be. I didn't particularly feel like going to the hole at that point. I don't like going to the hole. I hate the hole, to be honest. But yet, I hate to be chumped. Man, I hate to be chumped. I'm still going to get him. I got to get him. But once again, it's just to myself. My thoughts are to myself. I'm not running around here jumping up and down and, yeah, man, I'm going to get him when I see him. None of that. I'm sitting on the phone. I'm talking to my girl. It's probably, I don't know, maybe 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon. Remember, I say everything is glass. Where the phones were stationed at in the cell, you could see people like as they're coming up the stairs, and then once you come up the stairs, there's like a banister. So, you can go left, you can go right, depending on which bay that you're going to. I see him coming into my cell. I see him coming into the cell. I'm like, hey, baby, I'm gonna call you back. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, man, I got something to handle. She was like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, man, So before I could actually get off the phone with her, it's kind of like I lost sight of him, because there's certain blind spots when you turn the corners or whatever. But if he had walked in the door, or as he walked in the door, I see him. He comes up to me. He's like, hey, bro, let me holler at you when you get off the phone. So I'm like, shit, man, I'm about to get off the phone now, man. What's happening? He's like, man, I was tripping yesterday, man. I was just mad, or the day before, whatever, the other day. I was mad because I lost my money, and he gives me like $20 in stamps. He gives me like $20 in stamps. He's like, I got the rest down to the cell, but I couldn't walk up here with a big old bag because of the officer that was on shift. Next shift, unless you want to come and get it now, next shift, we got a cool officer, which we probably will on second shift. I give you the rest, man. You know what I'm saying? I apologize, man. I was wrong, man. Me and you ain't never had no problems. Me and you being cool, and I'm sorry. Contrition means a lot to me. An individual that will admit they faults and admit they wrongdoings and say, hey, man, I was wrong, I'm sorry, that means the world to me. I told him, I said, hey, bro, this is cool right here, man. You ain't got to give me the rest. Nah, man, nah, bro, I'm good, man. And I promise you, ain't no beef, it ain't no problems, but I appreciate you coming to me, telling me that you was wrong, apologizing or whatever. And really, I shouldn't even have never allowed you to go up top that much. I know that you good. I know how it is when you lose your money. I understand. I get it. I said, but the reason that I say I shouldn't have allowed you to go up top that much is because, once again, other people would feel as though they could go up top that much and it was just going to create a problem. I know your money's good. I know that you. So we sit there and we talked it out like men, man. And he gave me the $20 in stamps. And, bro, I tell you, I got this other stuff down here. Man, I'm stacked. My locker's full. I didn't really write a whole lot of letters, but in jail, stamped envelopes, that's a lot of money because people, they write letters. You see what I'm saying? And you got artists that draw on the envelopes and draw different pictures and designs or what have you, and they turn around and sell the stamped envelopes for like $3 over something that cost them 50 cents. So there's all type of hustles. There's all type of ways to make money in jail if you have any of those talents. And so I knew that I could get the $20 worth of stamps off, if you will. And in this particular situation, everything just seemed to work out, man. Normally in jail, gambling, it doesn't work out like that. Usually, if you're at that gambling table and it's a problem or there's words exchanged, man, it's going to be bad. I respected dude. I ended up putting down I don't think I put down that night, but like a couple nights later, I put down. He was back in the game. I stressed to everybody else once again, hey, man, These are the tops, man. Nobody, $5, you got to go get your items, man. That's just how it works, man. And I never had a problem again after that as far as putting down at this particular facility on the, I was going to say the dice game because we shot dice too, but the poker table. All the things you're not supposed to be doing in jail, I was doing them anyway. I was just like, shoot, man, it is what it is, man. I know I fight. I ain't saying I can whoop everybody, but everybody can't whoop me either. I know I fight, and I'm not going to just sit around here all day long. I like to play poker. It kills time. You'll sit at the poker table, and you look up, and the whole day's gone, and you've been playing poker. I wanted to play poker. That's what I did. Now, I don't recommend anybody else that may find themselves in jail or penitentiary or what have you. Stay off the poker table. Stay away from gambling because it definitely causes... It rarely ends well. Another situation that I had, y'all getting 2 for 1 today because it's not been 30 minutes. And as you know, I'm the self-proclaimed Mr. 30 minutes, so Mr. 30 minutes or better. So how am I going to have a video that's only 20-something minutes? Where we at? We're at slightly under 30 minutes. But guess what? I'm going to give you one for free, as I mentioned. My last time down. My last time incarcerated. I'm close to coming home. I done been flopped by the parole board 2 times. Flop means turned down. First time I went up for parole, they gave me, what did they give me, 18 months? Then I go up for parole again, they give me an additional 12 months. I believe they give me an additional 12 months. I'm at a facility. She had stressed to us, the Class D coordinator. This wasn't penitentiary. We was at an actual jail, but it's called a Class D jail, regional jail. Basically what that means is they don't have to send you to the pen. They can house you at that regional jail opposed to sending you to prison. This jail, they would always, Franklin County Regional Jail, they would always threaten to send people to prison. You know, if you catch a write-up, if you do this, if you do that, we're going to send you to prison. Well, it didn't work with me because they knew I didn't send me to prison. They knew that I'd rather been in prison anyway. As bad as that may seem, I'd rather been in prison than being in a regional jail. You can contact visits in prison. You get to walk the yard. You get so much more freedom, and it's just way better than being locked down in a jail. None of it's good in a major scheme of things, but if you have to choose between the two, I'd rather go to prison. You see what I'm saying? If I got to choose the coast, I got to choose the east. I live out there, so don't go there. But that don't mean I can't rest in the west, see some nice breasts in the west, you know, smoke some nice sets in the west. Y'all is a mess thinking I'm going to stop giving LA props. All I got is beef with those that violate me, and I shall annihilate thee. Case closed, suitcase filled with clothes. You know, sometimes I go through my Biggie Smalls, man. Shout out to the East Coast. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to just New York in general, man. You know what I mean? Excuse that little outburst. And so, I'm hosting the game or what have you. Miss Miller had clearly warned us, if we catch any of you all playing poker, no questions asked, there's no gambling whatsoever, it's strictly prohibited, and you will be sent directly to prison with a write-up. Yeah, whatever, man. Get them cards out, man. My deal, your deal. You see what I'm saying? I ain't cared nothing about that. The young dude from Louisville, man. Shout out to Louisville, the 502, man. I'm rocks with Louisville, man. Right across the bridge, man. We're about, 75, 80 miles apart at most, if that far. I rocks with Louisville. But it was one individual that he was kind of like a bully, man. He felt as though he was going to be bullying the poker games, especially when he was losing. A little situation happened to where I'm housing the game. I was wrong. I made the wrong call. Because when there's a discrepancy, it comes down to the house. What does the house say? I made the wrong call. But he's running his mouth, and I realized that I had made the wrong call. And I'm like, damn, man, I made the wrong call. So I tell you what, bro. I'm going to eat that. Pause. Double pause. Triple. And matter of fact, I'm going to take responsibility for that. I paid it $6, $7, whatever the discrepancy was, out of my pocket. I paid it out of my pocket because, once again, I made the wrong call. Dude just kept running it, man. Like, he just kept Cheatham. That's what his name was, Cheatham. It was his real name. He just kept running it. I'm like, bro, why you steadily running it? Because me and him had been pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had a couple little run-ins or what have you, but the major scheme of things, him and I have been, pretty, fairly decent. But I guess he was on one this particular day. I don't know if he woke up on him. I don't know. He was just on one this day, and he was just talking and talking and talking. I'm like, bro, don't talk my head off, man. Like, it's all you doing is just talking. So, we was having words. A few more hands were dealt or what have you. And he said something to the effect of, next person say something to me. Man, I ain't saying nothing else. I'm going to just swing. I'm going to just start swinging. He said something to that effect. You're going to start swinging. I'm the only one talking to you, so, what's up, man? Shit, we ain't got to talk no more. What's up? What you want to do? Matter of fact, let's step outside. I get up from the table. I walk outside. A couple of my partners, man. Hey, bro, what you doing, man? You on some other? Because they never really seen me act this way. I was always cool, calm, collected. I never really, hey, bro, what you on, man? Chill out, man. It ain't even that deep. I'm like, nah, man. Dude been running it for the longest. He just been running his mouth for the longest, and he done things like in the middle of the poker game. If he don't like things or if there's a problem or whatever, he would get up and go to the kitty. The kitty is where you keep all the items at, like in the bag. He would go to the pot and grab his stuff back out of the bag, but he never did that when I was putting down, when I was hosting the game. So I'm looking at him, and I'm just like, bro, you only getting away with this because we had like a little kitty camp, jail or whatever. Ain't nobody really, you have some gorillas, some goons there, don't get me wrong, but, they trying to go home. And so you wouldn't do that in a penitentiary. I know this. He knows it. But it is what it is, and we are wherever we were. I was tired of it. Situation had happened with me. My father had just passed away. They had just came and told me. And not to use that as an excuse, but I'm just saying, my girl, she wasn't answering the phone. We had kind of... so I had a whole lot of frustrations just as well, on top of the fact that I don't like being locked up. People's getting on my nerves. Just the everyday troubles and problems, trials and tribulations, if you would, that come with being locked up. Nah, we got to get outside, man. Let's get on out of here, man. Once you go outside, it's a whole rec yard. You got a basketball court, you got a weight pile, it's a small weight pile, and then that's like on one side. You can go to the left side where there's a big old field, and they have like the horseshoes, and then you can play washers. You all familiar with washers? I don't know, because I had never heard of washers until I got there, but if you're familiar with washers, let me know. And a lot of people would just go on that side, walk the track, and there was smoke over there. Even though you weren't supposed to smoke, they knew people would smoke. They would go on that side and smoke. Weren't really many cameras over there. They had tables. You can count the tables was in the middle. You would just sit there and just kick it or whatever. Nice little rec yard, because a lot of the Class D's or regional jails, they didn't have that. You couldn't even go outside. And if you were able to go out to the bullpen, it's just a basketball go, and pretty much that's it. So this was a nice little, miniature yard that was set up outside. And it was cool. Now, they used it as a weapon against us. They weaponized it. Any opportunity they got, the yard's closed. The power's cut off because you could have your own television. The power's cut off, so they weaponized a lot of these amenities that they offered, if you will. Get on outside. I go outside. I don't even got my shoes on. I'm so upset and impulsive, I got my shower shoes on, my flip-flops. He don't come outside. I walk back inside. What's up, man? He gets up. He goes into the dorm. When he goes into the dorm, his bay, actually, I go into my bay because we weren't in the same bay. I go into my bay. It gives me an opportunity to put my shoes on. You could have your tennis shoes at this particular facility. I go in. I put my shoes on. I come back out. I go in the poker room. Or the day room, actually. The day room, you got a TV. You got your microwaves, your tables where you can play your poker, your chess, your Scrabble. People just sitting around kicking it. It's just the day room where you just chill. He's not in there. He's not even at the poker table no more. We'll do that. We'll cheat him at. Hey, bruh, my partner's just telling me, man, you need to chill out, man. Ray Lovely, man. Shout out to Ray Lovely, man. That's one of my partners, one of my dogs. We play chess every single day, man. Ray Lovely was a beast. He was about 6'2", 6'3", all grilled out, bald head dude. It wasn't dark, but he was darker than me. And he was just a big dude, man. You know what I'm saying? But he was chill. He didn't bother nobody. I wasn't asking nobody to jump in or anything. They trying to, calm me down or whatever. Nah, man. Nah, he gonna get it. He been running it. He been running his mouth for the longest. He's gonna get me. Now I got my shoes on too. I'm sitting back down at the table. Nobody else really knows how to keep score at this particular game. So the game is kind of held up because I'm acting a fool. Yes, I was acting a fool. He comes back in the room, sits down at the table as though everything was all good. He may have sit there maybe about a minute. What's up, man? You ready to go outside? I see you got your boots on. I see you got your fatigues on, because he had like these big old boots, like army boots or whatever, like intimidating looking boots, like he ready to go to war. I just got on some Jordans or whatever shoes. You ready to go outside, man? Let's go and handle this. Yeah, whatever, man. Ain't nobody on that, man. All you doing is talking. What you mean all I'm doing? You want to do it right here? Like, that's how mad I was, and it really takes a lot to really, really get me there. Oh, shoot, we ain't got to go outside. You want to do it right here? Come on, bro. Chill out, Lex. They ain't call me Kens. Come on, Lex, man. Chill out, bro. It's over with, man. It's over. Nah, man, let's get on outside, man. I go back outside again. Now I got my shoes on. People's looking around like, damn, man, what's going on? Dude finally comes outside. Yeah, that's what I've been waiting on. That's what I've been waiting on. I walk over to the other side of the yard that I was telling you about, where, you know, people smoked and walked the loop and played horseshoes or whatever. Blind spots over there. There's no cameras. He walks over. As he comes, I'm already in the spot. I'm waiting on him. As he comes over, whatever, we square up. Square up, yeah, you all, you know, from my former video, square up. Square up means, you know, put him up. We square up. I'm looking at his stance like, this dude can't even fight. The number one thing that I'm looking at to see, is he left-handed, is he right-handed? I'm going to be able to determine that by the way that he stands, which will determine the way that I move, or the way that I, you know, attack the situation, or allow him to attack the situation. Dude don't even know if he's left-handed or right-handed. He's probably right-handed, but he's not even in the right stance. He runs up, boom, 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 hit him with a 3-piece, man. Again, I'm not the toughest dude in the world. I've lost fights in jail. I've lost fights outside of jail, but I've won fights as well. And, you know, I grew up fighting. That's what we did. We didn't have guns and all of that stuff coming up, man. You fought. You won, you lost, what have you. And the next day, maybe even later on that day or whatever, y'all cool again, man. You got a busted lip, black eye, whatever, but you all back cool, running around playing again. So, I came up knowing how to, you know, use my hands or whatever. Hit him with a 3-piece. Boom, boom, boom. He runs back up on me. As he runs back up on me, he kind of like, now he's trying to wrestle, because he clearly sees that he can't, you know, outduel me with these. So I kind of toss him to the side or whatever. I'm a dude, I'm 350 pounds at one point, not this particular point, but, you know, I used to be 350 on the weight bench. You see what I'm saying? On the flat bench, man. Bench pressing, so I was a strong dude. Dude was about, I would say, Cheatham, he had some big old legs, pause. So I would say he was every bit of about, he had to have been about 220, just because his lower, you know, he had a strong foundation, if you will. Had like a little baby fro, little nappy head, baby fro, a little darker than me. He was probably about 25, 26 at the time. I don't know. I'm 5'9". He's probably 5'11". He's a couple inches taller than me, so he's about 5'11" or whatever. So he runs up or whatever. I kind of throw him to the side, but mainly that was his momentum as he charged me with his head down. I really could have just sidestepped him and boop, uppercut, but I ain't even do all that. I just kind of tossed him to the side or whatever. So I run over. I can get on top. I can beat him. I can just really, really punish him at this point if I wanted to. Literally, I could punish him. I knew, dude, he didn't have nothing coming. He couldn't fight, man. I let him get up, man. Bruh, it's over with, man. Unless you want some more, it's over with, man. Clearly, he didn't want no more, man. So, you know, it kind of ended at that. That was just a situation to where, you know, it typically doesn't end that way or that easily, but it just ended. So one might say, oh, come on, Kens, you quit. I didn't quit. It was just that I didn't want to beat him up, man. I just wanted to show him a lesson, teach him a lesson. I wasn't trying to stomp his brains. I wasn't trying to stomp his face in. It wasn't really even that deep. You know, but sometimes, man, you have to show an individual while they running it, because they'll take your kindness for weakness. They'll take your humility for, oh, man, this dude, man, he ain't gonna do nothing or whatever. And he just, unfortunately, didn't understand that it wasn't that type of party. So, like I said, I pretty much let it go or whatever. He didn't want to fight no more or whatever. And that was that. Well, somebody ended up telling on us, and then I ended up getting locked down and shipped to the prison, to the penitentiary, or what have you. But that's just what happened in this particular situation. And it all reverts back to gambling on the poker table, man. Gambling in prison, man. If you want to play like the little parlay tickets or whatever, and I've seen that go left. So gambling in general is just bad, especially in prison. But on that poker table, so much game being ran. You got people handing other people cards. You got people that standing around the game and they looking other people's hands, and then they'll go in and send signals for you not to call. Like, there's just all type of game. You got people that playing teams on the poker table. Okay, when it's your turn, you raise the bet, and then it'll be another individual turn. Then you come back around and you put the whole table in. You see what I'm saying? There's game being ran at the poker table all together. So it's just best, even though it kills time, it's fun, stay off the poker table, man. It's a cardinal sin in prison. Gambling. It's a cardinal sin. Giving you all two examples, two situations out of very, very many situations that I've seen as far as gambling in prison, man. It's just not worth it, man. So as a result of me ended up getting sent to prison, because I had already had a couple other run-ins with the staff, so they allowed him to stay, but they locked me down and sent me to prison. When I went up for parole for a third time, they gave me an additional 9 months. So they gave me 18 months, 12 months, and 9 months. All over some white-collar checks and counterfeiting, and I should have been home. But I wasn't acting right. So I had to take full accountability for my actions. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. I put myself, my feelings, my bad anger that I had this particular day, attitude, above me going home to my kids and my family. I was lucky that the parole board only gave me an additional 9 months. I had a lot of time left in my sentence. They had a whole lot of time to play with me. They could have given me 24 months. 18 months. The most that they can give you as far as the, for the type of crime that I have at one time is 24 months. But you'll do 24 months and then you'll come back and they'll say, okay, well, give us another 24 months or 18 months or 12. So the most that they can give you at one time is 24 months. And I risked all of that over a poker game, man. Got to make better decisions in life, man. I determined for myself that I have to make better choices and better decisions in my life. And that's just what it was. Did I continue to play poker after that? Not really. Because once they sent me to the pen, I was at the Rotary Farm. That's where you go and get processed and classified, and they send you wherever they're going to send you. I played a little bit, but you're not even supposed to play at the Rotary Farm. They don't even sell cards, but you can get cards, and they come in all the time trying to catch you playing poker. I played a couple games, but nothing major. Then once I got to where I was going, yes, I did play poker. So I guess theoretically I hadn't learned my lesson at that point because I continued to play poker. Didn't really have a problem at that particular institution, but nevertheless I played, man. But I don't play poker now. I don't go to the casino now. And it feels great, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. Real Kens TV. Hopefully you liked the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And be sure to hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, you're amongst the first to receive. You see, it was a 3-piece. That's what I hit him with. But it was bang, bang, bang. It wasn't really, not too much, man. I don't want to over-exaggerate the situation, man. But, yeah, his legs kind of buckled, man. I ain't knock him out or anything like that. But, he was definitely, breakdancing and, going through his Chris Brown. That's the way that, his body movement was or whatever after I hit him. Also, man, if you're not getting the notifications, fret not, man. I don't know what it is. Several people saying, Kens, we're not getting your notifications. Just check the channel every day. I'm dropping every single day. I'm dropping it like it's hot. Pause, double pause, triple pause. And if I don't drop every day, it's at least 6 days out of the week. So just check it every day at about this time, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, what have you. And I guarantee you, I got action and I got heat. Real Kens TV, man.